Hey folks, welcome back. Well, I'm going to bring you along here today with this Lincoln Town Car 2006. We got some headlight issues and turn signal issues and all that kind of stuff all on the left side here. And so I'll just, like I said, I'm going to bring you along with the troubleshooting because this might be more than just bulbs and this, that, and the other. So let's keep on going. Okay, so obviously what we have here is we've got the I got the brights on everything right now, so we got two lights on this side. That's how these cars work. The dim lights stay on even with the brights. It's a better idea. But we've got no marker light, and we've got no high beam, we've got no low beam on this side. Here, we do have, let me turn the key on. Okay, and one thing I do notice also is when you turn the headlights on, we've got this, your turn signal indicator arrow just comes on. And so, we got a fast flashing turn signal. Now we do have the cornering lamp right there, so we turn signal off. Now back on. Cornering lamp does work. And we do have a turn signal, albeit flashing fast. And one thing to check first, right off the bat here, is these cars have two bulbs in here. These both appear to be working. And one thing we can do is I can also just turn the key off. And we'll hit the 4 ways. So, you know, everything appears to be working like it's supposed to, you know, as far as that goes. You know, so you can see that we've got, let me turn them headlights off, maybe, or that headlight on that side off, and I'll show you what I'm seeing here. You might be able to tell. Okay, so we got a really dim, I'm not seeing it. Before we've seen them kind of do this number here, but the chances are we might just have a bulb problem just in that cornering lamp there, but we might also have a ground problem. Let me turn them lights back on. Okay, so this is just the marker lights. See how they're kind of offset like school bus lights? That's turning the marker lights on. So we got an issue there. Turn these headlights back on. Now with the headlights on, you can see that light gets brighter, but we still don't have no headlights on the right side. And again, they're back and forth kind of like a school bus. So anyways, that's got some funky things going on. Anyways, and this just started too. This is my car, and it didn't really give much warning. Just all of a sudden, I was driving home one night, and that's when I realized that, you know, as soon as I turned the headlights on, I saw the arrow, and I had a flash, really fast turn signal. Just all of a sudden noticed it. So it wasn't something that developed over time. I check my lights, you know, quite often. So I think, I'm not exactly sure exactly which way I'm going to go about this. I've been thinking about it. You know, do I do the headlights first, or do I do the turn signal, marker light, everything like that first, try to troubleshoot that? I mean, it's probably going to be all kind of a common thing, but I don't exactly know. But I think the first thing to do is just dig up a wiring schematic and find out, you know, what this, how this circuit works with the grounds and this, that, and the other. You know, because in a problem like this, you don't want to just start pulling and wiggling wires and all that kind of stuff, and then all of a sudden it works and you don't know what you did to, you know, because then it's just gonna, you know, work for a while, and then it's just gonna go right back to not working. And, you know, especially if this was like a customer's car or something like that, you know, you'd want to fix it the first time. So that's how we're going to be treating this video and all that kind of stuff, even though it's my car. And yeah, I can go back and look at it again and again and again, but, you know, I don't want to have to do that. But The purpose of this video is to kind of show how to troubleshoot it and how I go about it, and that's what we're gonna do. So okay, let's try to decipher this gibberish on here. We've got the wiring schematic. Couple things to point out is obviously up here we've got all the fuses for this particular circuit, which is in this particular deal, it's the central junction box. It's behind the left side of the dash to the left of the steering column. I don't think we're going to need to look in any of those, but anyways, there's your fuses right there. Right here we've got our main headlight switch. You know, so you've got your auto function, you've got the park and headlights and all that stuff. Well, what that does goes right into this lighting control module. And so, you know, you click this switch right here from where it's in the position of off. That means it's, you know, going in here and it's saying headlights off. You can see how that wire goes around there like that. Let's go ahead and put the headlights on. So it's going to come out of here of terminal 10, red yellow wire. It's going to go on here. It's going to say headlamps on. So you're telling this module to turn the headlamps on. And then what I decided to go ahead and do was let's focus on what, and the only lamp that really we have working correctly is that cornering lamp. And so we've got that right down here. We've got this right here, left front cornering lamp. So you can see that we've get this power comes out of here. We got park and tail lamps, comes out of here on terminal 10, brown wire, comes down through here, depending on what if you got a limousine or not. We assume we don't because it's not. You can see that we've got a place here where all these wires are all joined together and everything like that. Come over here and we've got another splice. You can see when it usually says like S182, that's splice. So then over here we got splice, you know, S242, because you can go into, you know, Mitchell and all this kind of stuff, and you can try to locate, you know, where those things are at or anything like that. They do kind of tell you where these are at. So basically what I wanted to do, you know, is we know that we've got power coming out of here because we've got lights on the right side that are working. So you can see that the power comes in right here to this first splice. One direction it goes over here to your right front side lamp. It's got another splice right there which goes to your right front park lamp. That wire there is the actual turn signal. They share their ground right here at the right front fender. So you can see that, you know, that's in the right front. Let me show you what I mean by, or what they mean by your either your front park lamp or this right front side lamp, because now we've got over here we've got left front side lamp and left front park. So all this is all joined together, and then there's it's got a separate ground, obviously, for, you know, because this is the right side, this is the left side. Okay, so if you turn the lights on, what they're meaning by this is to be the right front park lamp, this would be the right front side lamp. So there are two different bulbs in there, and we have neither one on this side. But remember, we do have a cornering lamp. We'll get to that in just a second. Okay, so why did I pick the cornering lamp and do all that stuff to check that first? Well, here's your multifunction switch. This is your turn signal switch on the dash there. A lot of stuff going on in here, the way these cars are designed, you know, because you got two brake lights in the back, so you have to cancel one of the brake lights and then turn it into a turn signal. That's how they work, because the same brake light runs, you know, for a turn signal. It's not like you know, some other cars or whatever. They'll have a brake light and then they'll have another amber colored turn signal light. That's not how these work, obviously. Well, we've got this left front cornering lamp right here. Something a little bit better to point with. Got that right here. So where does its power come from? Well, it comes from the same power you're getting power from the this left front park lamp. And we know that we have power to that because that light is working. And so when you turn your turn signal on, there's a function in this multi-function switch, obviously, that closes right here. So off right now means it's not on at all. You flip your left turn signal on. Obviously, there's other things that do different things in here, but this also closes and provides a ground to the left front cornering lamp, which works. So we know that we've got power at least to here, because that goes to the cornering lamp. What we don't have power, or I mean what we don't have, we know we've got power. What we don't have is this left front park light working, and we also don't have the left front side lamp working, but we know we've got power here. So that's why I started here, you know, and we've got two different grounds. Is this ground messed up? Are these bulbs messed up? Or is there a spot in the wire right here? You know, this, we know that we've got power here because everything works on the right side like it's supposed to. So we don't need to go there. We know it works here because of this splice 119, because our left front cornering lamp works. So we've got an issue right in this area. So we isolated it from this S119 to the ground. And so now what we need to do is figure out what is going on, you know, here. So I think we're going to just go ahead and figure out the easiest, least intrusive way to remove these bulbs, or get to the access to these bulbs, and find out if we've got power on them like we're supposed to. And then when we figure that all out, then we'll move on to the headlights. Whether we find the problem with the headlights in the meantime, I don't know. Could, but that's how I'm going to start this whole process here. And that's the reason, hopefully you understood the reason why I started here, was because, you know, we've got this left front cornering lamp working, and that tells us a lot of information about where to go. And it's pretty simple and self-explanatory, you know, because if we weren't getting, if this left front cornering lamp wasn't working, then I could almost say that we were, you know, not getting power or something in here, you know, because this is a different ground than this ground. So it's still possible we could have a bad ground right here, but we're going to go in here and get access to these bulbs and see if we can figure that out. So let's keep on going. Now, I'm not sure the 100% best way to get in here. We've got the main plug that goes into the whole headlight assembly coming in right here. Let's see if I can get a flashlight, get a better shot of that. So it's right here. So we could unplug that and do some testing, but I kind of want to also see how far this thing will come out without really, yeah, I'm just not 100% sure. I guess I could unplug this right here, and we could do some testing with the test light, see if we're getting any power in there. But I'd like to also check individually those bulbs and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove these. We've got these 8mm. We got 3 of them. We got 1, 2, 3. And that should remove this headlight assembly, you know, out a little bit. You can see that this got a little bit of a bend in it, so it's got a little bit. We can leave that plugged in and just see how far this comes out. So go with that. Okay, so I was able to pull out this whole headlight assembly and plugged it from here. Here's our plug. We do have, let's see if I can show this. What looks like a bad, oh, these LEDs are so bright. Oh, grab the old school drop light to the rescue. See that very center deal right there, how it's all melted and everything like that? So I'm pretty sure we found the problem. As far as fixing it, probably gonna go ahead and, I just was looking in here and it looks like if you look on this side, you can see right there, you know, where the plug, you know, used to be, and how there's a hole drilled in here now, and the wire runs inside of here. I seem to recall, I've had this car for, I don't know, about 8.5 years or so like that. I seem to recall having some issue on this side way early on. So I think that somebody that did this was me. And so what I think I did is I think I removed like this plug, and I just went in here and grabbed all the wires, and I just made everything, because I think there's another hole inside of here, you know, because you can take this back off with these, removing these screws, you know, to get access into the bulbs, because these will get access into your headlight bulbs and your marker light. And then over here you got your, for your side, for your cornering lamp and your side lamp or whatever. I think I just did all the wires, and I just ran this and eliminated this plug, because I seem to recall this had the same exact problem with it on that side. The right way to do it would be to you know, just get a new plug here, new pigtail end, and do that, and then probably even get a whole new headlight assembly, which I didn't want to do probably at that time. And I mean, that's been, I remember I still lived in Wisconsin at the time I would have done that, so that would have been around 2015, 2016 ish. So obviously it's lasted, everything's been fine, all that stuff works still on this side. So probably with this car having about 500,000 miles on it, being able, you know, spending the money for a whole new headlight assembly and all that kind of stuff, just probably, I don't know, I'm just going to go ahead and just, you know, it would be pretty much ending the video right now saying, okay, we're going to get a new pigtail right here and splice that in and get a whole new headlight assembly and plug it in, and boom, it's going to work. But let's just go ahead and fix this the other way, because that may be the way you want to do it on your car, and that way, you know, you can have both your options to do that, because that's the way I'm going to fix this, pretty sure. And so the first thing we're going to do is probably just cut this pigtail off of here and get these wires all separated out, and then you know, check everything in here, maybe apply some power or something with a power probe and make sure everything, you know, works, and this, that, and the other. So yeah, let me decide exactly how I'm going to do this, and we'll go from there. All right, I thought I'd show you this schematic here. This is the you know, the headlights circuit right here. So right here we've got our left front and then our right front. We don't have these high intensity lamps, these HIDs, so you can, you know, just look at that right there. We got the right front low beam standard, and then we got our right front high beam right here. What they share is a ground, you know, they all get spliced in right here, and they got this splice right here. So I'm thinking on this left side, probably part of that melted wire, we'll have to confirm, but I bet you that's a ground. And so anyways, you can see that you've got your left side low beam, you know, because this is your lighting control module that we looked at before. Only thing they don't, oh, they do have the main headlight switch right here. So you turn your headlights on, signals this, turn the headlights on. You've got left low beam, and then over here you've got your right low beam. You know, because we're talking about the left low beam here anyways. So left low beam coming out of here at terminal 22, I think it is, dark blue with white wire, comes out here, but it's going to be a green, dark green, orange wire when it gets, you know, here's the plug, should be that plug. You know, so you got power coming in here for the low beam, and then it goes over here through to ground. Then your high beam comes out at a totally different area, coming out of your high beam right here. Yellow wire, yellow and white. It's the same color on this side. The only difference is see, it's a different color here, and this is probably a plug. It's either here or that's there. I don't know exactly where that's going to be. But, you know, comes out here, and that yellow white wire feeds power to your left front high beam lamp, which, like I said, shares a ground at the splice S130, which is inside, should be inside that headlight assembly there, and goes to the ground. And so somehow or another, we probably, since we've got both the high beam and the low beam missing on that left side, we've probably got that ground issue there. And so I'm pretty sure just by repairing the wire through that plug and everything like that, we're going to fix the problem. So I just thought maybe I'd just show you this, you know, this schematic and everything like that. You know, it does the same thing. You know, these schematics are gold when you want to be working on any problems like this, trying to know what, you know, you got to familiarize yourself with the system and everything like that. You know, it's just because here's all your fuses. You've got your multi-function switch right here. So this is what would, you know, you'd be tracing after, like, say if your high beams didn't work, you know, you've got your particular function out of here, you know, because you move your multi-function switch forward and reverse in this car to change that, you know, and you got your main headlight switch, and then you've got here an electronic, you know, automatic temperature control. I don't know why they have that, but, you know, auto lamp sensor, you know, because it does have the auto lamps if you so choose to run those. But, you know, it's just, and there's all this stuff, inputs and everything like that coming here to this lighting module and all that stuff. So yeah, there's quite a bit of information just right here. And I think that's all we're gonna need for now. I'm probably gonna get dig up a connector view on that, you know, and so I get that plug that goes into the headlight module there. We can get identified to which wires do what. So I'll see if I can find that right quick. Okay, so I found this connector here. It doesn't really describe it very good as to what it is. You know, it basically just tells you down here, you know, your wire colors and all that kind of stuff. And one we're after, you know, is the center one, pin 4, which is a black wire, because that's the one, pin 4 right there, that's burnt out on that connector there that when we unplugged from the headlight assembly. So basically we found the problem. We are, you know, this black wire burnt out right here is not making ground back from, you know, like our left front park lamp and our left front side lamp and our headlights, because those all run, you know, they all share that ground, this G105. Here, this G105 right here. So they all share that. That's why none of that stuff works, because, you know, that connection through that connector into this wiring schematic doesn't show that connector either. It shows it right here, but it doesn't identify it or name it as far as I can see. I think it even shows it right there, you know, because you can see it says violet and yellow right there, yellow and white. Well, if you go on here, we have a violet and yellow wire right there in pin 1. So that's, you know, anyways, yeah, we found the problem is, why does the cornering lamp still work? Well, because it's getting its power like it's supposed to, but it's grounding, left front cornering lamp, it's grounding in a totally different area right over here at G203, right side of the dash, so inside the car. That's why the cornering lamp still works. So yeah, we just basically, you know, figured out, you know, that we're missing the ground for all these lights and then we pulled the plug off and confirmed that, or we kind of did it about the same time. Kind of pulled the plug off and then confirmed it. So anyways, now all we got to do is, you know, we just got to fix it. So all right, so I removed the screws, held this back on place. You know, it's got this rubber seal and everything like that. Your wires come in from your plug up through here, go to your 2 headlight bulbs, and then I guess the parking lamp bulb's probably in here, but I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. And then what I also did is I went ahead and pulled this out, and what I did is, you know, you can see where this, you know, is now, I drilled a hole right here. Like I said, I'm remembering this being about 6-7 years ago, maybe even 8 years ago, I don't know. But I drilled the hole, had the wiring harness going through there, and then I drilled a hole on the back side of this, and there was some silicone around here because you want to keep this sealed as best you can. But anyways, that's what I did. So if that's, I think I'm going to do the same thing. Either that, or I can leave this intact and just get a hold of the one wire that just in the very center that burnt out, keep everything else the same. I don't know. Which would be, because all these other plug, you know, these other terminals and stuff look okay. It's just this center one right here. And I don't know if I'm gonna just get the one wire out of it and then run it through here. I don't know. We will I'm gonna make that decision here in just a second. So okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave all of this intact. As far as what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this wire right here, which is on that terminal number 4. That's the center wire, that's the black wire. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unplug this, I'm gonna snake it back through here, get it up here where I can, and I'm gonna put them together with a 3-way terminal deal, you know, right back in this area or something like that. Because this is all tied together. This black wire is tied with the black wire that goes to this plug right here, which all in turn goes to right there. But if we just tap into it right here, it's just a ground, and then come back and, you know, connect it right here, you know, just through here, we'll just have the one wire going through there. And you know, I'll still do the hole where I'll drill a hole right here, then I'll drill a hole here and have that wire come out, and then it's just a little bit less work to do than like what I probably did in here. If I were to open this up, I'd probably see everything that I spliced together and all that stuff, because it looks to me like I destroyed this deal, pulled this thing out, cut the wires, pulled the pigtail wire back out of here, you know, what snakes down in there, and just reconnected all those wires from here and just straight connected them there. I was pretty sure it's what I did. Anyways, I'll probably go ahead and open it up, because, you know, 8 years ago, I'm probably a little bit better about doing wiring than I was then. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to check that kind of stuff and make sure everything looks good. Because I don't even know if I would have used, you know, and like sealed butt connect. Who knows what I would have done, how fast I did it. I don't quite remember. But anyways, I think that's what we're gonna do for this. And then yeah, I will show what I did to fix that over there. But anyways, let's keep on going. All right, so this is what I did here. So I just used one of these 3-way connectors here. Basically what you do is they're pre-filled with kind of a dielectric grease, and you stick all 3 wires in there, and then you just push this down with a, you know, like pair of channel locks or something like those, and squeeze it in there. It's sealed up pretty good, even though it's going to be in here also. And then I drilled a hole right through that, so then this wire will come out of here. And I think instead of just hooking it into this wire right here, I think I'm just gonna run it back through this hole right here and probably just land it right straight on to here, and then I can get this off here and I can just kind of clean that ground and all those wires up there like that, just to, you know, just because, and just put a terminal eyelet on the end of there, and you know, that way this can all just basically kind of stay the same. Probably cut this wire, I don't know, it's not going to be used for anything really. Well, maybe I might cut the wire off just so it doesn't try to travel through here, but it's not going to. It'll have a straight shot over there, so we should be all right. All right, so it's going to be just like that, you know. Wire just comes out through here. Put a dab of silicone around here. I just decided to not take this apart right now because I don't want to mess with it and redo any of that wiring and all that kind of stuff if I have to, but I'm just gonna leave it. But basically, I mean, it's what I did is I removed this, you know, probably took a pair of pliers and just kind of pulled that out and cut the wires back and snaked them back through here, and I went through about right here, somewhere in here, and just put them all together where they needed to go, match the colors or whatever. So anyways, yeah, so now we're gonna get this thing, you know, put back in here, get an eyelet put on this wire, stick it over there. So we'll keep on going. All right, so I just ran the wire back through here up there and just put it another eyelet, bypass that ground. I did go ahead and clip this wire here, just, I don't know, just because it's going to take the path of least resistance, which there's too much resistance in there. But anyways, I just, you know, let's see how we did. Flip the you have to open the door. So, all right, so we got both high beam and low beam. We've got marker light, and we've got our side light here, or side clearance light or whatever. Everything's still working good on that side. So let's go ahead and turn the key on and hit our turn signal. Cornering lamp, it always did work, but we've got a turn signal now. So we'll just shut the key off for the time being, but we'll go ahead and pop the 4 ways. Everything's still working on the back. I always just double check that kind of stuff, but you remember what we had before. There should be, it's hard to see, I don't know how bright that is or whatever, but it's hard to see. We'll just shut these lights off. Headlights, I mean. Keep everything else on. Everything flashing the same. So yeah. Had a lot of goofy stuff going on right there. All just that one wire. One ground wire is all it was. That's what electricity can do when they've got bad grounds and everything like that. What caused this? Well, just probably had a bad connection and eventually just melted enough that created too much resistance where it doesn't work at all. That's why we lost the high beam, the low beam, marker light, the side light, because they all 4 of those lights share that same ground wire, and our cornering lamp had its own ground. So we know that the power was getting through this plug here, is getting through where it needed to go to power up everything, but it get its ground from somewhere else. So that's how we isolated that problem, you know. Basically, you know, could I have gone a different way about it? Yeah, I could have, but I pretty much just stuck with what do we have working over here, and what does it share and what does it not share. And it shared power, but it did not share the ground. And that's how we can basically concluded that it's like, all right, we need to pull this deal out, unplug the deal, and go from there. whether it was bulbs or the ground or whatever like that. We found the ground, you know, because we were at that time we were chasing just the marker lights, you know, the park lamp here and this marker lamp here. At that time we were just looking at those two, weren't even really looking at the headlights until we realized that they share a ground for everything. So got that all fixed, verified that this is all still working on this side. Since we disturbed it and stuff, I didn't want to get in there and fix any of that wiring and all that stuff right now, because I got a lot of other things to do. But anyways, hopefully the running through the schematics kind of helped you out and all that kind of stuff, and hopefully just be able to figure out, you know, what your problem is, and maybe you can use parts of this video if you have a different problem or something like that. Obviously I've had similar issues with this in the past, you know, so I'm not saying it's a common deal or whatever like that, but you know, 7-8 years later I had another issue with this side. I just did a less intrusive way to fix this side, and will it last? I don't know. Would I do this with a customer's car? In this instance like this, if this car came in and I diagnosed it and found it exactly, I would basically just give them a couple of options. Option one, best way to fix it, replace the headlight module assembly, because you know that plug on this side of it is all integrated into it, and then getting a new pigtail end right here and fixing it that way is probably the best way to do it. But I'd give them the option of doing it this way, because now you don't have to buy a new headlight module, don't have to buy the pigtail. All we did was ran the one wire over straight to ground, bypassing the connection that it used to make through this plug right here. That's really all we did. I would give them that option, say, hey, which way do you want to do? This way costs this much, this way costs a lot less, but is not quite as long of a fix. This will probably last, you know, the life of this car. I mean, this car's got 520,000 miles on it, give or take. So who knows? But that's the way we're fixing it now. And like I said, I'd give the customer the option if it was a customer car coming in my shop, same thing, you know. So hopefully this helps you out, and thanks for watching.